As a public defender, Judge Karen fought for her client's rights. She was elected to the bench because she believes in doing the right thing.
I'm very passionate about helping people, period.
Y'all two grown people need to get your own house.
Right.
You had 7 years that told him that.
When we fight, who's gonna win?
You are.
I don't answer questions, I ask them.
Yes, ma'am.
Raise your right hand.
Objective, independent justice.
I'm ready to rule.
If you keep walking, you can overcome whatever circumstances you're facing.
This is Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Steve Howard is suing his daughter, Maddie Howard, in the amount of $2,309.17. Mr. Howard claims the defendant asked him to pay for her vacation and says she failed to mention it was to attend his ex-wife's wedding.
Mr. Howard, you're suing your only child? Maddie Howard for $2,309.17, and you're suing her for fraud?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So how was our relationship? It couldn't have been that great a relationship that you could turn around and sue your daughter,
Well,
your
our
only
family,
child.
our family history is a little, well, unusual. Let me put it that way.
All right. So what was unusual about your family history?
Well, Maddie was born as a result of a one-night stand fling that I had. I take responsibility for that.
Right.
When she was born, the birth mother left. We never heard from her.
Okay.
I was a single dad for 2 years.
Okay, so when she was born, she had no mother around?
No.
So who took care of her the first couple years of her life?
Well, I did part-time, and then I had my mom help out. And then 2 years later,
So you didn't have a relationship with your birth mother, ma'am?
No, I didn't. She left.
So you don't have any memory of this woman?
No.
And you never met up with her later in life?
No.
Okay, so then what happened when she was 2?
I met my ex-wife. We got married. We were married for 16 years.
Okay, how was that?
I became very close with my stepmother, Your
What
Honor.
did you call her?
I called her Mom.
You called her mom? So from the age of 2 until the age of 18, that was your mother?
Yeah.
She was your mother?
She is my mother still.
She still is your mother, and you have a close relationship with her?
I do.
You had a close relationship with her all during your childhood?
Yes, until my father and her divorced.
Okay.
And unfortunately, he forbade me from seeing her
When you were 18 years old?
when I was 18 years old.
What do you mean you forbade her from seeing her own mother? What's that about? You forbade?
Well, it was a
What
very-
year are we in here? Forbade.
It was a very difficult divorce, and
What did that have to do with your child and her mother?
well, her mother spoke very badly about me, and
Right.
I didn't want her to be exposed to that.
Right. She was a grown woman by the time that you got divorced, though.
Yes.
So it doesn't make sense that you would tell her she's had a relationship with this woman, the only mother she's ever known, that you don't want her to talk to her?
Her mother
What
was-
is it that you told her? You don't talk to her?
I didn't want her to communicate at all, in any type of communication. Her mother was toxic.
Right. Was she toxic with her?
No.
Okay, well, maybe you're toxic. So then what happened? Did you find you somebody else?
No. She had come to me asking for a vacation,
Right.
to buy a vacation for her boyfriend.
Okay, you like the boyfriend?
Yeah, he was a nice guy.
Okay.
She said he had a rough year. His mom had passed away. He was kind of down and out. She wanted to treat him to a vacation.
Okay.
And I liked the guy. I can afford it. I said, yeah, sure, no problem.
So you paid for the vacation?
Yeah.
And where were y'all going?
We were going to Hawaii to celebrate my boyfriend's birthday.
Okay, and did you go to Hawaii and celebrate your boyfriend's birthday?
Yes, we did.
Did you have a celebration for his birthday, like a dinner with a cake or anything?
We just mainly enjoyed ourselves, went to the beach. We
Right.
did.
The vacation was the celebration?
Yes,
Okay,
in
of his
itself.
birthday. Okay, so what's the problem then?
Well, a couple of weeks after that vacation, I happened to be going online on social media. A mutual friend of my ex-wife and I had posted some photos.
Right.
I was looking at the photos and then realized, oh, it's a photo of a wedding.
So you said you have a mutual friend of you and your ex-wife.
Yeah.
You talk to that friend?
Occasionally,
Okay, so
mostly
she-
online.
And she obviously talks to your ex-wife.
My friend is a
Yeah,
man.
that mutual friend talks to your ex-wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you still have a friendship with the lady that's talking to your ex-wife.
Oh, it's a man.
You have a friendship with the man that's talking to your ex-wife. It's okay that he's talking to your ex-wife.
He posted photos of her wedding.
I understand that, but you told me it's a mutual friend, which means we're friends. What is it that you see on his social media?
Here's my daughter at my ex-wife's
Let me
wedding.
see.
She never told me that the vacation was to go to her stepmother's wedding. If I had known that, I would not have paid for the vacation. The vacation, as she said, and she knew when she asked me for the money, she knew she was going to go to that wedding. She knew I would not have paid for it.
Coming up on Supreme Justice.
She said nothing about she's going to spend that money to be at the hotel where the wedding is.
And later.
I'm a vlogger, Your Honor.
You're a blogger?
A vlogger.
A vlogger. That's a video blogger.
Yes,
You're
Your Honor.
surprised I do that, right?
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Steve Howard, who is suing his daughter, Maddie Howard, for fraud.
She said to you, my boyfriend's been through a lot. He lost his mother. We want to go to Hawaii for his birthday, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All that happened.
And she
So
said,
what's the problem?
She said nothing about she's going to spend that money to be at the hotel where the wedding is.
How do you know she was at a hotel where the wedding was? I'm just wondering.
It's in that picture, the top corner. You'll see in the background, far in the background, you'll see her standing kind of sideways.
You know, I see your daughter in the picture, but what does that have to do with what hotel and where the wedding is? You don't know all of that. How do you know that? I think this is ridiculous that I'm in court listening to a case like this, be honest with you. I think it's absolutely absurd that a grown man as old as you are is going to tell your daughter, for the only mother she's got in her life, that I don't want you to be with her. But you would pay for her to go stay with a boyfriend, not a husband, in Hawaii, but she can't go see her mama. But your ex, this is bigger than a wedding. Your ex-wife is not her ex. That is her mother. And if you would have dropped dead today, the only mother she's got is that lady. The only one. You made some mistakes in your life. You found some woman that was willing to walk away from a newborn child. What does it say about who you chose? And then you did find somebody that at least was a mother figure for most of her life. And you're trying to take that away from her too? And then you got the gall to bring a lawsuit against her because she may have seen her mother or gone to the wedding or she killed two birds with one stone. Look at your daughter. Do you take a look at your daughter? Is this what you want to be remembered as, Daddy? This is what you want to be remembered as?
I feel betrayed. I feel she lied because she knew ahead of time that's where she was going to go. She didn't tell me that's what the money was for.
Maddie, is that what you planned, dear?
Your Honor, no, that is not what I planned.
What did you plan?
I planned to have a celebration for my boyfriend, and the wedding just happened to work out with the timing. The entirety of our trip, one day was of the wedding. I have the invitation here. Mm-hmm. It was just one day.
Right, and how long were you in Hawaii?
I'm sorry?
How long were you in Hawaii?
I was in Hawaii for 5 days.
Okay.
But
what's going to happen with this relationship with your dad?
Your Honor, it's a very difficult relationship because anytime he comes up against emotional struggle with a person, my father cuts them out of their life.
Right. You know what? You know what you may need to do? You may need to cut him out of your life. Because I don't remember one of these gurus said, and I always remembered over the years, sometimes there's people sitting in the front row of your life that really need to be in the balcony. And some of them need to be outside on the sidewalk. And I don't care if it's your daddy, your brother, your uncle, your granddaddy. If somebody is bringing toxic chemicals into your life, and this man is toxic. I mean, I feel it up here. Then maybe it's time for you to separate from him for a while. What do you think? You think you could do that?
It would be difficult, and I wish that there could be healing, and I don't want to leave behind anybody in my life, but I do maybe need to figure out some boundaries.
And you should know that life is real short. We know we just here for a short Short period of time. Anybody that was on this earth 150 years ago, and there were millions of people on the earth 150 years ago, none of them here today. And 150 years from now, nobody that was walking around here today is going to be here. It's over. And it goes by in a blink. I bet you remember when you were 35 and 40, and look at you now. It looks like it was yesterday. I still remember my 5-year-old self, believe it or not, but I do. And so you need to have some respect for that. This is no dress rehearsal. This is life.
Oh, Your Honor, I paid for food, clothing, and shelter. I paid for college.
That was your responsibility because you spread your seed, remember? That was your responsibility to do that. If you didn't do it, a court was going to order you to do it. So you don't get no pats on the back for that, for giving out money. You get pats on the back for being loving. You get pats on the back for being supportive and uplifting. And I don't feel any of that coming from you. Are you about to lose your daughter? Are you willing to do that?
No, Your Honor.
So what are you going to do?
I'm going to apologize.
Do you really mean you're sorry?
Yes.
Do you want to have your daughter in your life?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you want your daughter to have her mother in her life?
Now that you put it that way, yes.
So what do you think? Can we kiss and make up? Well, why don't we do that? Can we do that? Give your daddy a hug, whether he deserves it or not. Okay, that makes me feel good. Now I can go to lunch being happy. All right, I'm ready to rule. Judgment for the defendant. Good luck to you both. Really, honestly.
Thank you.
All rise.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been denied.
I'm upset that my father took me to court to solve this, but I'm happy some healing is going to be happening.
This didn't turn out the way I thought, but it was a good lesson.
Coming up,
We were going out, and then I invited the guy to come along.
Right. Was he a
with us.
boyfriend or?
Someone that I was interested in, that was actively pursuing.
you're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Vlogger Angel Johnson is suing Brittany Coles in the amount of $544.49. Ms. Johnson claims her ex-friend stole her man and says when she went to the defendant's home to confront her, Ms. Coles broke her camera.
Ms. Johnson, you're suing Ms. Coles for $544.49 for the willful destruction of property, that property being your camera?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, how do you know the defendant, ma'am?
We met on a friendship connection app.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a vlogger, Your Honor.
You're a blogger?
a vlogger.
A vlogger. That's a video blogger.
Yes,
You're
Your Honor.
surprised I do that, right? Okay, so what is a video blogger? What do they do?
Basically just vlogging my life story, different things
But
that
you're
happen.
out looking for friends online. What life story are you vlogging about? What are you vlogging? What?
Travel, I just moved back into Atlanta.
Right.
Into the city of Atlanta after
Right.
going to school.
Right.
And so then just vlogging, my up and coming, just living my life as trying to become an actress.
Right. Okay. Oh, so you're trying to become an actress?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. Did you do anything fun?
We went out clubbing, we went to the
Okay.
movies.
All right.
We went on spa dates.
And she was always vlogging all of this, right?
Yes.
Everything you did?
Basically.
Like what? So anything you do, you vlog about it?
Basically, Your Honor.
Okay, so how did it come to this point where she broke your camera? Well, were y'all
So-
out or something, or what?
I was visiting her house after an incident.
What was the incident?
So we were out, we were going out, we and my former friend now, ex-friend now, we were going
Another
out to the
girl?
bar.
Another girl?
No, another guy.
Oh, a guy.
A guy.
So you and a guy were going out.
No, me and her, we were going out, and then I invited the guy to come along.
Right. Was he a
with us.
boyfriend or?
Someone that I was interested in, that was actively pursuing.
Coming up,
She showed up to my house unannounced,
Right.
and she was being very aggressive
What
and
did she
hostile.
say?
She was calling me all types of names.
Like what? Let me hear some names.
You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Angel Johnson, who is suing Brittany Coles for property damage.
We're there, and she started flirting with him.
Right.
Started talking.
What was she
to
doing?
him. She like touched his shoulder.
Right.
You know, started talking to him, talking
Right.
over me as I'm trying to talk to him.
Interrupting you and all?
Yes.
How long did this all happen? How long did it go on?
So it went on for like a few minutes, and then I pulled her aside and asked her to come with me to the bathroom.
Okay.
To talk to her and tell her, you know, this is a guy that I'm actively pursuing. This is
Right.
my crush.
Right.
Could you kind of chill out?
Like take a back seat.
Yes.
Right. Don't
Your
be
Honor.
so cute.
Well, not
Right.
as loud and obnoxious.
Right. So then what happened then?
Then he texted me the next day, and so I was heartbroken because he said that he only wanted to be friends.
So did you call your girlfriend and say he just said he wants to be
Yes.
friends?
Yes, I called her and told her about the situation,
Right.
and then she, you know, tried to console me. Things went wrong. After that conversation, I didn't hear from her for a week. It was when I seen a post on social media of this guy that I was pursuing that had just, you know, broken my heart.
Right.
And I see a post with them together at her house.
So what did you do when you saw the picture?
So I, being a vlogger, vlogging
Right.
every part of my life,
Right.
and so I visited her house. She opened the door and like started yelling at
Right.
me.
What happened when she showed up at the door?
That is not correct. She showed up to my house unannounced,
Right.
and she was being very aggressive
What
and
did she
hostile.
say?
She was calling me all types of names.
Like what? Let me hear some names.
She was calling me a hoe.
And she was rolling her. Was the camera rolling?
I don't know what
No.
she was doing.
I'm asking you, was it rolling? Were you filming
No,
this?
I didn't even get a chance to push play or to
Right.
push
So what, you had the
record.
camera up though?
Judge Karen's verdict when Supreme Justice returns. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
You gave a sworn statement when you filed the case. You remember that? When you raised your hand and swore to tell the truth just like you did today? Remember that statement you gave?
Yes, Your Honor.
When I arrived at her home, the camera was rolling. And then what happened? And calling her names.
I didn't want to hear it because the way she was acting, and
Right.
I felt my safety was at risk. So
Right.
I just tried to close my door.
Okay.
I
And was
regret
she
opening my door.
not allowing you to close your door?
Yes.
What was she doing?
She had her hand in my door.
And so what happened?
So I moved her hand
Right.
and slammed my door, and in the mix of all that, her
Right.
camera broke.
Right. You were at best a trespasser. And you were videotaping her without her permission, which is against the law in your state. And you got the nerve to come here and complain about somebody breaking your camera? But I'm ready to rule. Judgment for the defendant. Good luck to you.
All rise.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been denied.
I'm happy that the judge ruled in my favor, and I hope she learned that her actions are unacceptable, and I hope she doesn't do crazy things like this to people in the future.
I am not happy or pleased with the way the case turned out, but I have learned to choose better friends.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.